you know, we should have been told, and we should have been informed of what was going on. And last but not least, I got a phone call on Friday from the town lobbyist, Ed DuPont, and he was very confused. And he was confused about what was happening with House Bill 1429. He said that his agency had received a call from you, Rich, and that you spoke with Susan Pichelle, who's also one of our lobbyists.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you know we have lobbyists. We had that discussion. We are aware of that.
When?
Mm-hmm. When Ed Luton came up. You're aware of that.
Okay, move forward.
Well, I'd like to know what you said to
I requested that she come up and discuss her positions with the board.
And what else did you say to her?
That I wanted her to come up and discuss the positions with the board.
You said nothing else?
I have not given you word for word, but that's what I wanted her to do.
Okay. So how did they think that the board's position has changed and that the town no longer wants this bill?
I didn't say the board's position has changed. I said that she needs to come up and discuss that with us.
I spoke with her on the phone.
And I did as well.
Today. Did you speak with her today?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well she said she spoke with you on Thursday.
And Friday.
Yep, and that you called her and you told her we have 3 new selectmen and that things have changed in the town and the town is looking to go in a different direction now with regards to this bill.
Good.
And no, not good, Rich. You had no authority to do that.
Because I think it's important. Not only do we have the right to have her come up and discuss that with us, okay? But I, as the chair, would like to know what she's lobbying for.
Well, go ahead, Dan.
Go ahead, Dan.
Did you read this book yet?
Not fully, no.
On page 33, authority and power of selectmen. One selectman has no authority. Selectmen rest with the board acting as a whole. You need to discuss this.
Haven't they come up and discuss with us?
Absolutely. To tell them that the position of the town has changed.
No, I said she might want to look into that. And never said, that's not verbatim. Okay, that is not verbatim. So she needs to come up here and discuss with us what we're going to do.
Well,
not just be out there under a new board with over 50% change and be out there doing the same thing she was doing with the old board. That's what needs to happen.
The point is, Rich, that we did not discuss that as a board. We did not
And we
vote
don't
to
have to. I
that.
can bring her up anytime I want.
No, you can't,
Yes,
Rich.
I can.
No, you can't.
Okay.
That's a board discussion. The board had already voted on this bill. If you wanted to see changes, you should have brought it up for board discussion. And I understand also from our lobbyist that you also called all of the senators who are going to be hearing this bill, and you identified yourself as the chairman of the board, and at least one senator, Lou D'Alessandro, said that you had told him that the town, that the position had changed and that the town wants a status quo on this bill.
Is that verbatim?
This is what was
It
conveyed.
is it?
Well, are you calling the legislator a liar?
No,
Or that he
I'm
wouldn't tell the
not
truth?
calling the legislator a liar. What I'm saying is, yes, I did call those senators. Yes, I did state I was on this board. And yes, I wanted to discuss House Bill 1429 with them.
And what were you going to discuss?
The whole issue.
It's my understanding
And I'm allowed to.
you were not in favor.
I'm allowed to do that as a private citizen.
Yes, but you identified yourself as a
That doesn't
selectman
matter.
and a
I didn't
chair.
say I was speaking for the board. I didn't say I was speaking for this town.
And he would identify him, because if he didn't, and then this guy called, you'd all be saying that he was acting as the selectman when he was acting as a private citizen. I think this is a moot point. We have our own personal opinions. You have your personal opinion. Harold does, and you do.
Yes.
We can represent ourselves as townspeople anytime we want.
Yes, but
You
you...
cannot separate the chair of the board from the person. It doesn't work.
No, you know, the point is that if you were acting as a private citizen, there was no need to identify yourself as a
course there
selectman
was.
or as a chair. No, there
As
isn't.
a matter of fact, I called Gallus to try to find out some information on this.
Yeah,
And I asked him if Richard Ubaldo had talked to him.
yeah.
And he said, Richard who? And I said, he'd be the chairman of the board of Bethlehem. He said, oh yes, I did talk to him.
And what did he say I said?
He wouldn't tell me what he said. But he also said that when the chairman of the board in one of his towns calls, he listens to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I also understand,
Of
Mark,
course,
that
I
you
can do
make,
that.
I don't believe you do
I
that.
can call, okay.
did you make some calls?
Absolutely.
And that you also identified yourself as a selectman and...
I identified myself as a private citizen who happens to be a newly elected selectman. So if you're gonna quote me, you better quote me correctly.
I was quoting the senator and what I was told by our lobbyist, Mark. And I also understand that when you spoke with another senator, you were, no, this is a public issue, that when you spoke with them, you were opposing the bill, and at least one senator with a B, whose name escapes me, Barnes, stated that you were in favor of expansion. And how does that factor in with everything that you put out there in your campaign literature? I don't understand why you would oppose a bill that is going to be beneficial to the town. I don't
I
understand.
don't think you have to, so we need to stop right here.
One at a time.
Because that's not what I said, and I never talked to a Barnes.
Did you write anyone or email anyone?
I emailed the 5 subcommittee members.
Okay, and Senator Barnes is one of them.
Well, I don't know who's on the list, but the
Well,
bottom
it's
line is
probably-
those are my own personal opinions of the town, and I have every right, as you do, when you were down lobbying with law
I was
and
sent
stuff and
by the
everybody.
town. The
Oh,
board
you
took
were
a
sent
vote.
by the
Yes, the
The-
board took a vote.
The former board took a vote. So
Yes.
if we're gonna discuss this, let's discuss it in private, because you
No,
know
it's
some
not.
Okay?
It's not a private matter.
Oh, it's not?
No. No.
Hold it, please. Ma'am, please, enough.
No, and I would like to clarify, because I know that it was either Flo or Rose, somebody wrote a letter about that. And the board, the previous board, took a legal vote in a legal meeting. We were all in agreement on working on this bill and what we wanted to see happen with this bill. And the board voted that Lon and I should go down and work with the lobbyists and testify in favor of House Bill 1429. What
Excellent.
we did was perfectly
I'm glad
legal.
you did that, Jimmy.
Glad you did that.
And we were authorized to represent the
How
town.
many
You,
times
however, were not.
how many times have I tried to bring this up in non-public and we don't even get a
No,
second?
we had
Is this
one
correct or
public
what?
session.
This is ridiculous.
We're gonna, hold up. You heard what you said?
Yes. What is your opposition to 1429?
My personal opinion is that I think it's gonna tie the town's hands. It's not gonna give us the ability to negotiate where we need to negotiate, to get done what we wanna do.
How so? I don't
Jamie,
understand.
enough.
No, I'm asking a question.
I know, and I'm not done with Jamie, you can ask me afterwards.
To me, it seems like a great opportunity for the town to end the litigation, which seems like is what everybody wants. And also a great opportunity for the town to get maybe some much needed revenue for the town and cut our taxes, which is why you guys ran. And I don't understand why you seem to be working so hard to make it fail.
Make what, the bill fail?
Make this bill fail.
I don't think it gives us the ability to get what we can. I think it ties our hands, the definition of the tipping fees and such things like that. I don't like that. Judy, hold on, we're not done yet. Thank you. And that's why, my opinion, that we can do better for ourselves.
You know, the state is finally coming around to trying to give us a hand here
Give us a hand in what?
in straightening this whole mess out and giving us some.
We can straighten this whole mess out if we want.
It's been going on since 1987. How are you going to straighten it out in 1 year?
Getting back to the table.
I'm changing the film right now. This is a good time.
Getting back to the table and enough of the litigation.